Charli.
And you're watching the Feminist Tea Party, where we talk about women's issues and drink some tea.
Today, in my special TARDIS mug, we are drinking just something simple, English breakfast tea. Do you like your milk first in your tea? Or last? No.
No, I like my tea first and then my milk. I never seen it the other way around, actually.
In the olden days, the downstairs staff would put their milk in first in order to protect the teacup, and then they would put their tea in. But upstairs, you never put your milk in first. That would be a scandal. Anyways, we're moving on to the topics of the week. Recently, Batman v Superman came out. Have you seen it?
I have not, but I haven't heard good things about it.
It's not going over very well, but one thing that people are excited about is Wonder Woman. EW recently had a special look. Let's take a little sneak peek at it. Oh no. Oh why? What are we doing? Okay.
No.
There's a very important tidbit to feminism that I feel like we tend to forget, and that is intersectional feminism.
So intersectionality, just in a general term, is when you look at an issue with the knowledge and with the respect that there are things such as race, gender, sexuality, class, disability, and just these other factors that actually contribute to not only feminism but just an overall discussion. You cannot just talk about one person without it looking at them from all these different lenses.
I'm a big fan of Robin Wright. I think she's amazing in House of Cards, so I was super excited to see her there. I had no idea she was going to be in the film. I was overall excited, but it was just like such a letdown, you know? I know that they are Greek goddesses, and maybe people might make that argument as to why they're all white. However, we've whitewashed things consistently.
Yeah, and I don't think people see like the dangers of this. They have these great superheroes and it's fantastic for these little girls, but at the same time it's like I don't look like that. A lot of them are gonna be like, I don't look like that, I can't relate. Then that makes me, feel less, or maybe that I cannot accomplish as much as they do.
It's not like that needs to permeate the market. It's not like all we want to see are superheroes of color, characters of color, actors of color. That's not the issue. The issue is to see more diversity. More women, okay, you got that. Wonder Woman, we've been waiting for this film for a while. That's great. Now, take it a step further, more women of color. I'll still go see Wonder Woman, and hopefully it'll be good. Patty Jenkins is directing. And we'll see how that turns out.
Yes.
Our next topic, North Carolina. If you hadn't heard, there was a bill that was passed. It was House Bill 2. The Public Facilities Privacy and Security Act. And basically, it bans transgender men and transgender women from using a bathroom that is not designated for the sex that they were born with. Republicans came onto the floor and they said that they didn't want gender confused men. Gender confused, first of all, which is a disgusting term. It's very disrespectful to be using the same bathrooms as women and girls because they'd be preying on them, and that would just lead to an easier way of sexually assaulting. You've probably been in a bathroom with a transgender man or a transgender woman and you haven't noticed, because why? They're not predators. They're not going in there to attack our lovely citizens. They're going in there to take a piss or to take a shit and move on with their lives. Okay.
So it goes by their birth certificate or by their assigned gender at birth. It doesn't even take into consideration if somebody is, for example, already transitioned, already has they changed, their name and their gender, and probably already had like sexual reassignment surgery, and like I don't know, like it's just it's like it's just
Another part of the bill is that it also no longer prevents discrimination against transgender people, as well as gays and
I did not.
LGBT.
I thought it was just the back. So this it also prevents.
Okay, yeah. So now there's another part of the bill. You cannot be discriminated based on your biological sex. So if you're a woman, they can't say that you can't work here. If you're a transgender woman, they now have the ability to say, we don't, like, the woman is not your biological sex, you're a transgender, we do not want to work with transgender people. So yeah, that's also a thing in this bill.
That's why I'm saying that this should be something federal and not state by state. It's weird. So then those people might feel inclined to like what they're gonna have to like uproot and move because they can't work there. Like what? I just do not understand.
The North Carolina government was actually sued for this bill, so we'll see where that goes. One thing that we find really interesting is that if you're so concerned about gender confused men going into bathrooms and preying on our women and girls, why is it that there's such a huge backlog of rape kits? And that's our next discussion. Samantha Bee was a correspondent on The Daily Show, and she has her own show now called Full Frontal. It's on TBS. Set your DVRs. So Samantha Bee has a really great clip, and we're going to show you a part of it right now.
Now for more comedy. Rape kits! A traumatizing, invasive medical procedure for collecting evidence and then collecting dust as they sit around untested for years.
Under current law, the state destroys the kits unless survivors file for an extension.
You guys are taking the Marie Kondo method a little too far. Does this rape kit spark joy? No. Into the trash it goes. Thank you for your service.
So what's a rape kit?
Okay, so a rape kit, we're going to have a link for you down below if you want to read more about it, but the gist of it is if you are sexually assaulted, medical staff perform a procedure on you, and it's very invasive. Basically, they try to get samples of whomever you were sexually assaulted by. I don't know if it's absolutely mandatory, but it works best if you do not shower and you do not do anything after being assaulted, because a rape kit, that's where they get the evidence that they would need for a prosecution.
It's like getting screwed over multiple times.
Over and over.
You get raped, then you go through this invasive process for the rape kit, and then you finally you're about to like exhale and say like, finally this is gonna be over. They're going to catch this person, and then it's like it sits there, and you're like.
Something that I have a problem with and I'm trying to work on, but like people in office are the ones that are keeping these rape kits locked up, and nobody really cares about local government, so it's like these same people keep getting reelected and nothing gets done. So that's a lesson learned, and we can move on from that and just do better.
You actually had some good news, because I feel like after this topic I'm just a little drained.
Yes. Our highlight of the week is, and please forgive me if I butcher the name, but I'm going to try as hard as I can. It's Egypt Ife Ufele. She's a 10-year-old Nigerian girl, I believe from New York, and she used to be bullied at school for being, quote unquote fat. And instead of, she was obviously upset by it, she's a 10-year-old girl, but she definitely took that energy and made it into something positive. She made her own clothing line, and it's called Chubii Line, and it's basically an anti-bullying campaign and body positivity, and it's clothes for everyone. It's clothes for thinner, plus size, for men and for women, and I just love, like, looking at a picture of her. She's just got so much swagger.
So basically this 10-year-old girl is doing something that the fashion industry hasn't really figured out how to do yet.
Well, I'm really excited for her. Hopefully she can, she's had a few fashion shows recently in Harlem, and hopefully she'll get into that realm of fashion designers and teach them a thing or two.
Yes. Thank you for watching another episode of the Feminist Tea Party.
Before we end the episode, we want to send a heartfelt message to the recent victims of the suicide bombs. In case you hadn't heard, in Iskandaria, Iraq, there was a suicide bomber at a football match, and 32 young boys and their families were killed. Sunday, in Lahore, Pakistan, there was a suicide bomber at a park, and they killed over 65 people, mostly women and children. Of course, there's also the attacks in Brussels, and we just want to say that you're in our prayers and thinking of you guys. And it's very important to not get desensitized to these events. So many times this becomes just a news story in passing. It's used for, political tactics, and we forget that these are human beings and families that are being torn apart. We hope to do better, and our heart goes out to you guys. Again, thanks for watching the Feminist Tea Party. My name is Charlie.
My name is Maggie. Don't forget to subscribe, like, thumbs up, thumbs down, and comment. See you guys next week.
Cheers. It's really hard.